Hello, my name is Chris Perry, and I have a page on my Facebook called Survivalist Exchange. Um, what it is it's a page set up to exchange survival techniques, ideas, things along that lines. Um, I'm not a chicken little. I don't run around screaming that the sky is falling. I do, however, because of my training in the military and in life, uh, believe in being prepared. In one of my previous videos that I did, I had mentioned a utility cart. A bit of a background on that. I saw a picture online of a utility cart that was, I guess you could say, decked out pretty nicely. And it got me to thinking, a lot of these equipment, backpacks, etc., that are listed as far as survival, bug out bags, uh, they're great for the most minimal, and I mean the most minimal of things for you to carry or to have with you when you have to bug out. However, if you're in a situation where it's going to be a long-term bug out or, um, sadly to say, something like an economical or social collapse where I guess the best way to say it is to think of the way back in the 20s and 30s, I think it was, the stock market crash, the way the nation suffered for that long period of time. That's what we're going to be facing again, only a lot worse. So you're not going to be able to survive on just one little backpack uh, called a bug out bag or a survival bag in a long term situation like that. Another thing is, folks, I'm sorry to tell you this, but and you might not believe me, but all the signs are there. When it comes to a disaster, when it comes to this, for example, this country falling apart, it's going to basically be every man for himself. And that's sad to say because it doesn't shine highly on the human race. That's how that's how we are. We survive. And our survival becomes the priority over everybody else's survival. And it doesn't paint a pretty picture. But if you're going to prepare, be prepared for the long hauls. The short hauls, it's great because you got everything you need. But for the long hauls, you don't want to spend your life being a nomad scavenging to survive. You want to be prepared. That way, there, God willing, you will be one of the few who do survive. I hope I'm one of them. That's God's choice, and I hope that you're one of them. If you're gonna prepare for disasters, no matter what kind they are, do it right. Make your own prep bags. Make your own lists, folks. It's fine the stuff that they put out in the stores and online, etc. I'm a firm believer that the best bug out bag, the best disaster plans, the best disaster supplies you can have are the ones you made and put together, because they don't know you. They don't know what your needs are. You do. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I was talking about my bug out card. And, well, I'd like to show it to you finally. Let me make a little bit of space here, get some stuff out of the screen. All right. As I stated, I saw this, well, not this particular one, but something very similar to this online. This cart, which I got at my local hardware store, and I guess I should be able to say the name Lowe's. I got this cart here. This cart here can carry 1,000 pounds. I have another one that's all plastic and it'll do like the dump truck kind of setup. That'll carry 300 pounds. I like this because, as you can see, there are lots of attachments on there that have nothing to do with the actual cart that I bought. This is, like I said, I saw a picture online and got the idea for this. On this cart here, as you can see, I got a machete, axe, hand axe, variable handsaw, a couple of different blades, etc. Bolt cutters. In a disaster, you're going to run into situations where you got to get it out of the elements or something like that. And there's an abandoned building, but it's locked up. That's for that. Hammer. Many things you can do. Another point, folks. This is always important when you consider equipment and supplies. Multiple use items are the best because you can use them for such a variety of things that you don't have to carry all those things with you. You carry one. Hammer. I can build with it. I can tear stuff down with it. I can protect myself with it. 3 things in one item. Alright? Same with this hatchet. Hammer this end, hatchet at this end. Defense, building, tear down, etc. Same with the machete. I can clear a path, I can shape things with it, and I can defend myself with it. Or my family, whichever you need to do. On the back, I don't have much room, so of course, canteen, pry bar, crowbar setup, one item. Again, defense, building, destroying. Shovel. And it's got a couple of other little attachments for like a pickaxe, saw, etc. Again, multiple uses for this. Simple gardening tool. You can use it for digging, clearing stuff out, raking stuff out, or again, if I have to, I could use it for a weapon. Let me turn it around. On this side, well, as you can see very simply, got a large axe, making shelter, firewood, and escape tools. if need be, to break into something or break out of something. Okay. Shovel for the campsite, making toilets. Uh, excuse the expression, but crap holes, etc. Like I said, a lot of this stuff I learned in the Army. Okay, I learned how to survive out there. I learned how to put up tents in the best areas, you know, what to use for tents, etc. Now, as far as the stuff that goes inside, I'm going to be doing other videos on those because I'm going to individualize the stuff that's in them, the containers, so that you got an idea of how to put together packs for yourself. But this is basically the cart I was talking about. Now inside, got a couple of different tarps, a couple of different pieces of wood, using for ropes, turning around chalk blocks, you know, poles for the tents, etc. The whole idea, as I said before, and I can't emphasize this enough, folks, when you get stuff, utilize the stuff as multiple use items. Alright? I'm going to give you one quick example of a multi-use item. This is a Ziploc bag. With this Ziploc bag, I've got a bowl, I've got a cup, I've got storage with the larger ones, if need be. If you have need of it, you can fill it with air, zip it shut, and you got yourself an instant little pillow. Alright. You also have a mixing bowl. This right here inside right now, this is peanut butter and honey. I put peanut butter in there, poured the honey in there, zipped it shut. I now have a very, very delicious energy meal right here. Get a piece of bread, squirt this onto that, like take out the corner here. Nope, wrong side. Haha. Take out the corner. Just like the guys that went up into space. Their little meals. It's a high energy meal because it's and filled with protein because it's got the peanut butter in it. The honey. They've got a jar of honey, or a container of honey that they found that's 3,000 years old. The honey is still edible. Honey does not rot, it doesn't mold, it doesn't go bad. It may crystallize in sugar, but in actuality, honey is a great preservative. If you make food with honey in it, it helps to keep that food from rotting. So this could last for a couple of days without going bad, because the fact that it's got honey in it. It might be able to go longer. I don't know. I've never let it sit that long because it's good. But as far as this goes, the bag itself, you see what I'm trying to tell you about multi-use items? You have to think about stuff like that. Alright, because there's less stuff you have to carry and it's a lot easier on you. Another good example, get a roll of 6 mil plastic. You can get it at any hardware store I think even at Walmart, I'm not sure, stores like that. In the paint sections, uh, you want to get 6 mil plastic. It's good solid plastic. If you get yourself a decent roll of it, you can do shelter, you can use bathtub, water collection, water purification. Um, you can use it to wrap things in, uh, to protect against the elements. I mean, there's so many things you can do with it. And one roll does all that. That's what you have to. That's what you have to do when you put your bug out stuff together. Yeah, there's the convenience of, say, a cooler. Great for storage, keep stuff from getting wet, stuff like that. But it's also bulky, and having to haul it around. Okay, um, a lot of these bags and stuff are great, but how are you gonna do it? You got to carry food, water, or at least purification units so that you can turn around and drink the water that you find. Um, it takes a lot of planning. You have to decide for yourself. That's why I keep saying the best bug out gear, best bug out bag is the one that you create for yourself, because ultimately you're the one that has to survive. If you want to survive, you have to do it. Okay? Nobody's going to do it for you. Yeah, they got stuff out there that you can buy, but it's not made for you. It's made for general purpose. That's the best way I could put it. So, the choice is yours. You can choose to ignore it and expect the government to help you. But I have a word of warning on that. Remember Katrina? We watched on national TV people dying of starvation and dehydration. Okay? It took the U.S. military stepping in to save these people's lives. And when a disaster that is national happens, like economic collapse and such, you got to remember, these soldiers out there, these men and women out there who are protecting us are just as human as we are. And they have families too. And I do not disrespect them in any fashion by saying this, I hope. But I would not blame them for trying to protect their families. They have just as much right to protect their families as we have to protect ours. So if and when it happens, disaster and such, there's only one person, there's only one group that you can rely on. Okay? That's going to be you and your loved ones, your family, your closest friends, your best friends. Okay? Because when the proverbial, and excuse the language, shit hits the fan, humanity goes out the window, folks. I know it sounds bleak and dreary and everything else like that, but all you have to do is watch the news and you see it. All you have to do is watch the videos on YouTube and you can see it happening now. Groups of kids running around, beating the hell out of a single individual. Groups of them. Bunch of cowards. Bunch of animals. because there's no respect for human life. And that's what's going to happen when hunger sets in. Even the little children are going to become feral. It's sad, it's scary, and nobody wants it to happen. But when it does, if you're not ready for it, you won't survive, and neither will those you love. Anyhow, yeah, I'm going to be presenting some more videos. I've got my medical bag. I'm going to show you my cooking bag. I'm going to show you my personal bag. I'm going to show you. I got a couple of other bags, my camping gear set up, etc., to give you ideas of what to put together and prep for. I'm not saying do it my way. You don't have to. My whole purpose of doing this is just to give you ideas. And I'm hoping that I'll get plenty of feedback for this, because when you share ideas with me, it helps me to survive as well. Like, my ideas, I hope, help you to survive when things fall apart or when nature strikes. In the meantime, God bless humanity. He created us. What happens is His choice. God bless all.